Yo, what's happening, y'all? It's Nikaraxhi Sports Take, and on today's show, we're gonna talk about last weekend's wild card matchup between First, we're gonna talk about the Cleveland Browns losing to the Houston Texans, 14-45, led by CJ Stroud, the rookie, definitely the rookie of the year for sure. 16-21, 274 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Came up. It tied the rookie record for most passing touchdowns in a playoff in their first playoff game, and he was also the youngest rookie quarterback to win their first playoff game, and also it was the first time since like the 1950s, I think, that a rookie quarterback beat a number 1 ranked defense in the playoff game. So hats off to him. My take on this game is CJ. Basically, what I just said, CJ Stroud, he balled the fuck out. These boys, Houston, they young, man. And to be honest, they really not even supposed to be here, being that where they was at last season. Like, they only won 3 games last season, and I'm pretty sure nobody was expecting them to even be in the playoffs, and even better yet, having the opportunity to advance, which they did over Cleveland, which everybody had Cleveland winning. Unfortunately, I didn't. I had Houston winning. I went with mostly all underdogs this week, besides the Kansas City Chiefs game. I believe they were underdogs. I would have to check and see, but I know all those other games, the teams I picked, they was underdogs. And Houston, it was a home game for them. They was hosting their first playoff game, their first winning season since like 2019. And they basically sent a message. They weren't gonna let Cleveland come into their house, even with them being how can I say it, having more wins on them in the season. But they was like, they weren't gonna let them come into their house and just stomp on them like that. And then on the other side, you look at the Cleveland Browns. Joe Flacco, I kind of alluded to this. I know y'all don't follow it, but I got my little clubhouse. I got my own little podcast and stuff like that. I was kind of saying this, like, you gotta take the good with the bad, because a lot of times Joe Flacco, he gonna give you at least 1 or 2 turnovers, and that's what he did in this game. He had 2 turnovers, 1 intercept. He had 2 turnovers, 1 touchdown. What he had 307 passing yards, 34 for 46. But those 2 turnovers, those was basically the backbreakers. Like, the game was close all the way until when he threw them 2 pick sixes. Like, it like, you could, like, if you was watching the game, Cleveland had a chance to win that game. But once he threw them 2 pick sixes in a playoff game, bro, you're not coming back from that. Like, it ain't happen. It's already tough enough to come back from that in a regular season game. Now you talking about in the playoffs, where like those turnovers are now magnified, and like what you do, what your weakness is, teams tend to exploit that in the playoffs, and that's kind of what happened. Like, Joe Flacco being a quarterback he can throw the ball with the best of them, but too many times he tends to turn the ball over at an alarming rate. And in the season, he had 300 he was having a bunch of 300 passing yards a game, a bunch of 300 passing yard games, a couple of 250-yard passing games, but he was still tops in the league in turnovers in that span of like only 6 or 8 games that he played. So just in that short amount of time, he already had double-digit turnovers. You know what I'm saying? If I would have to check that and see. I know he played at least 6 games. I had to fact check that out. But like I said, it definitely a crucial win for Houston, as they get the opportunity to advance and play Baltimore next week, this upcoming week, Saturday. That should definitely be a great game, because these 2 teams battled the first game of the season, CJ Stroud's first start, so he got a close up. He got the first test. He got the first opportunity to see that Baltimore defense up close. So, being this his second time, I mean, even though I got Baltimore winning, I think he gonna have a better game than what he showed in that first game, being that he's played He's played a lot more regular season games. He's got a lot more experience. He's already played his first playoff game last week, so I think I think he's destined for us. He not gonna have a bad game. I'll say that. Like the game, I mean, the first game he had, it was really his first game. Like you can honestly say like he was a rookie, getting thrown into the fire his first game, and he did. I mean, they didn't get the dub, but as the season progressed, like CJ, he ended up showing that he's one of those quarterbacks you gonna want to build around in the future. I was getting into an argument with this the other day about the season CJ Stroud had this season. And you can make a legitimate argument that he had a top 5 quarterback season, and you can also make a legitimate argument for him to be in the MVP race. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hats off to Houston for getting that pick right. I'm rooting for that franchise. You know what I'm saying? I love DeMeco Ryans as a head coach, as a man, even though I don't know him. It's just the way he carries himself, and like from the clips I see on when he be the messages he be sending to his team, telling to his team, like you can tell he really care about them, and they really invested in him as much as he invested in them, man. So it's gonna be an exciting 10 years for CJ Stroud and DeMeco Ryans. Hopefully they keep those two together. Y'all check me out on the next episode. It's gonna be up soon. I'm out, man. Peace.